Okay, so we're going to do a quick healthy dinner with just a few ingredients. I have some fresh broccoli, onion, garlic, thyme, russet potato. There's an eggplant back there. For the protein, I just have some organic chicken and some fresh Parmesan. And then over here, I have the cast iron skillet heating up with some kosher salt in there. And then once the salt starts to smoke, I will go ahead and add the olive oil and the organic chicken breasts. I'm going to finish it in the oven, which I have preheating, and then the pans are for the veggies. I'm going to be roasting them. So all in all, the dinner should only really take about 20 minutes to cook once the vegetables and stuff are washed. And with the pans having parchment, you shouldn't have too much of a cleanup, so it should be a pretty quick, easy, and healthy dinner for you. Okay, I'm just going to slice up the onion, and then I will chop up the broccoli. The nice thing about roasting is you can kind of just chop it very roughly. And with this stem is very healthy. You just want to make sure you slice it nice and thin. That way people don't have to chew too hard, and you might want to roast that part a little bit longer as well. Chop this. About 1 minute to do that. Chop up the broccoli and the onion. So now that that's done, I will do the eggplant. I think I'll toss the eggplant in with the onion. And I like to peel my eggplant. This eggplant's not organic, so I'm going to take the skin off, and I think it's a better chance that I can get my family to eat it with the skin's off. Still get a lot of great nutrients. So, slice it up. And this I will chop. Okay. And take that off. Okay, so that's done. I think I'll squash us some whole garlic cloves in there with the eggplant and onions. I'll probably be the only one who eats this, but they can have the potatoes and I will take my eggplant. So that way I only have to roast a few potatoes. So I'm gonna throw in some whole garlic cloves in there. Smashing them. So right now I'm almost at 3 minutes making this dinner. And got that. And then the last thing is the potatoes. I do have something that will do this for me, but I just don't feel like getting it out and washing it. So I'm going to cut them into French fries shape. And that way the kids will think they're French fries. And you want to do these at a really high temperature. So I have the oven heating to 450. Okay, so there's one. I'm at 3.5 minutes. Okay, 2, and then I'm going to get all these ready on the pan, and I'm going to give myself, I don't know, 5 minutes or so to do that. So I will check back in when all that's done. In the meantime, you guys can catch up if you need to. And right before we put everything in the oven, I'll show you, but I'm just going to do olive oil, kosher salt, and pepper with all of this. So you can get those ready and put them on the baking sheet with parchment, and we'll check in with you very soon. Okay, it probably took about 5 minutes or so. Here's the veggies about to be roasted, and I used kosher salt. I use some avocado oil, which you can use olive oil or non-GMO canola oil, although I'm not a huge fan of canola oil. I do like safflower oil though. And then that pan is smoking. I just added the olive oil, so I'm gonna add the chicken, throw these in the oven, use a little bit of black pepper on them and some kosher salt. I don't like to put too much black pepper because the kids will say they're spicy, but you want your kids to get used to flavor, so you do want to season things so they can start to develop their own taste buds. But we'll go ahead and put those in the oven and check back in when we do the chicken. So the veggies are in the oven. All I did was throw chicken in the pan with salt, olive oil, and I also used some fresh thyme, which I did not even chop. And then when we flip that over, that'll get seared again. Not quite ready yet. If you have some lemons, you can throw them in there, or some white wine, or some chicken broth after you sear both sides, and then finish it in the oven for about 10 minutes. Depending on how thick they are, you might need more like 15 minutes. You want to make sure they're done. Obviously, the chicken, you can test it and make sure it registers 165 internally in the thickest area. Chicken's almost ready to be flipped, and then it's going to be finished in the oven with a little bit of lemon juice that I just happen to have right here, but not a lot. And then I will also try to find some chicken broth or some filtered water. Put that in the, finish that in the oven, and then everything will be done. So I don't think that I spent more than 10 minutes on the cooking time, and then the oven time should be about 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. So hopefully that was a fast, healthy dinner for you. And this is the finished chicken, and then I'll throw some sauce over it as well.